In this game, each player is going to be playing as a quad hero, which is essentially these little creatures that are shaped like cubes. There's a whole bunch of different cubes that players can play as, and they are all very different with their own special abilities. And each side of the cube is going to have a different action associated with it. The new version is going to have a streamlined and updated rulebook, as well as upgraded artwork, pre-painted miniatures, and upgraded components. But I don't have quite as many pictures for the new version of the game, so I'm going to be referring to the original version just as I talk and explain how this game plays. And to start a game, players will choose their characters, take their associated player boards, and then set up the scenario according to the scenario that they chose from the scenario booklet. Now on a player's turn, they'll be able to play one card from their hand in order to give them some special abilities or resources, and then they'll be able to make one movement with their quad hero. And the way that movement works in this game is that you're actually going to be choosing a direction and then rolling your quad hero in that direction, and whichever side of your hero is face up, you're going to be looking at your hero board to determine which movement action is associated with that, and then you'll be able to further move your character according to that movement pattern. So there might be a certain movement pattern that you're going for, and you might just want to move in a particular direction in order to gain access to it. And the neat thing about these movement actions is that they can actually be updated in a couple different ways. You can actually flip the tile over in order to get a more advanced movement that might grant you more movement points, or even grant you additional cards that you can play into your hand. But you can also assign another tile to that movement tile in order to also upgrade it in various ways. And I did mention that each character does have a special ability, and in order to access that ability, you actually have to roll to your appropriate side because that ability will be associated with one of your sides, just like all these movements are. And there's a few more things to be concerned about outside your own character and your own character board, because out on the main board, there's going to be some different tiles and icons that can have some different effects, and if you roll into them, they could move, push, or rotate your hero in various ways, but they could also help you or damage you in other ways. So you'll always want to consider that when you're playing out your turn, and then the game continues like this until the end of the game is triggered depending on the scenario, and then the players that are able to complete the scenario are going to win the game. And if this sounds interesting to you, I have links in the description below.